With that down, let's now move on to our fourth main topic today. Chris, what is our fourth main topic today?
We're now hearing from Mitch Caulfield. Just saw something on comic book news about J.J. Abrams has signed on for Superman and Green Lantern movies. As I love both characters and the background origins and stories that could be told, I'm not sure how true this is. I know you always say follow and check the source. I'm not sure how reliable this source is. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is a reliable source, John?
Well, I think one of the first things we got to do to point out, because I did have a bunch of other people writing to me about this last night, and a bunch of them got the source wrong. They're saying it's from Comic Book News. Comic Book News is actually a different thing. This is from a source called Cosmic Book News, which frankly is infamously wrong a lot. However, they also have been right a few times. They're wrong more times than they're right, but whatever. It's a possibility. So what happened is this other night, it's not Comic Book News, it's Cosmic Book News that wrote that they have learned exclusively that J.J. Abrams is going to be developing and directing a Superman movie and a Green Lantern movie for the DCEU. I don't believe it. I don't believe the story, mostly because of the source that this is coming from. However, there's not thinking something's going to happen, and then there's being 100% certainty it's not going to happen. And I'll tell you what, I am not 100% certain that this isn't true. Like, if I had to put $5 on it, I would put $5 on that I don't think this is accurate and I don't think this is true. Would I put $100 on that? No. And the reason I would not put $100 on that is because this story, while it may or may not be true, there is some auxiliary facts that do, at least contextually, support the possibility of the accuracy of the story. Let's take a couple things into consideration here. We know that just recently, J.J. Abrams signed a massive deal with Warner Brothers. That's a fact. Warner Brothers is, of course, in charge, and they own DC. They're the ones who do the movies, all that kind of stuff. So does that tell us that he's definitely doing a Superman movie? No. But it is a contextual and circumstantial piece of evidence that at least makes you go, huh. Also, let's not forget that at one point in time, J.J. Abrams was going to direct a Superman movie. I believe it was called Superman Flyby, I think was the name of it. At one point, J.J. Abrams himself was going to be directing a Superman movie. Does that mean automatically that J.J. Abrams is going to be directing a new Superman movie? No, not at all. But that, plus the WB deal, makes you at least raise your eyebrow a bit. On top of that, everybody knows J.J. Abrams is a big fan of comic book material. Does that mean he's automatically going to do this? No, but it is another thing to keep in mind. And another thing I would throw in there as a part of our circumstantial evidence is the fact that J.J. Abrams is a bit of a franchise resurrector. You know, they wanted to relaunch Star Wars. They went to J.J. Abrams, made $2 billion. They wanted to try to resurrect Star Trek, highest grossing Star Trek films of all time. Now, whether you like the new Star Wars or like the new Star Trek, that's all relevant. Fact is, he's been able to step into older franchise, generate some success. I don't think this story is true. All I am suggesting is, when you look at the circumstantial evidence around it, you would be forgiven to believe that maybe there's validity to the story. I'm not one of them. Let me just be clear. I don't believe right now. I don't have any insider sources here telling me it's not true. I'm just saying, as a fan looking at this, I don't believe this is true. However, I believe there's enough stuff there that if you're somebody who does believe in its authenticity, I can't call you crazy for believing it because of all those other circumstantial things. Rob, you're hearing about this. What do you think the chances are that we could actually see J.J. Abrams do a Superman movie? And beyond that, is this something you'd like to see?
Well, first of all, remember, there was this story that broke a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was Chris McQuarrie talking on Twitter about how he had pitched a Superman Green Lantern Corps kind of a combo franchise property. Somehow it was all going to work together where he was going to do Superman and Green Lantern and they would work in tandem somehow. So that was that's how it got in the zeitgeist, the Superman Green Lantern thing together. So studios, look, Warner Brothers has sat on material for years until they've developed it or made it. And these ideas are out there. And I think for sure J.J. Abrams had this in mind. What he's been looking for is a franchise that he can control. If he can get in there and make more of Now they're making standalone superhero movies. If he could take Green Lantern and Superman and build it up the way he wants to, control the marketing, all those things, he would finally be able to get, if he could convince Warner Brothers, what he's been looking for with Star Trek and Star Wars. He wanted to control more of those franchises, including the marketing and the merchandising, and getting all the cheddar from all of the ancillary markets, make those animated shows, make those video games. And I think they're thinking in terms of the big picture. So it wouldn't surprise me if either, because obviously Superman is a cosmic character from Krypton,
right? And
the Green Lantern Corps, which I dearly love, are cosmic creations from all over the galaxy. And you have, of course, the Guardians of Oa. I think that there's a lot there that would appeal to J.J. Abrams and probably is in his wheelhouse. And it wouldn't surprise me. What a great way to announce his first project than to make it Superman. I mean, that's him planting his flag on the moon, essentially. Here I am. I'm going big. So why not?
Chris, I mean, you're hearing about this, understanding where the news is coming from, looking at the other stuff surrounding it. Do you think it's possible that this could be true, that we could be seeing JJ do a Superman and a Green Lantern? Do you think it's possible?
I think this is a great assumption. I think people have taken a lot of different cute little context clues and gone, this could be a thing. I don't think this is a reliable source. I don't view it as an exclusive. I think it'd be really, really great if it happened. I really like JJ's work. And Superman with lens flares, what could be more natural? It'd be fun.
And just, again, to be clear with you guys, while I'm saying that this is a source that's often wrong, they have been right before, too. So keep that in mind, circumstance stuff. You know what? I'm also curious to know what you guys think about. So we're going to make this today's question of the day. And the question of the day is this. Understanding where it's coming from, but also all of the other context around it, do you guys think that this J.J. Abrams doing Superman story could have some legitimacy to it? We go over it. Now, I put up this poll just before the show started. Right now, about 1,000 of you guys have responded. And the question is simple. Do you think this could be true? 38% of you are saying, yes, this is true. I believe that J.J. Abrams is going to be directing a Superman movie. And right now, 62% of you are saying, nope. Fake news, not going to happen. What do you guys think? Head on over to my Twitter account right now. You can see my Twitter handle right here. I'm going to keep this up for the rest of the day. Register your vote. Let people know, do you think this is actually going to happen or not? All right.